Stadium, here we go. It's a must win for the Browns.
In their 10th season since their return to Cleveland, there were great expectations for the Browns. But though they fell short, the team found its resolve and fought on.
Cameron Ridley and Willie McGinnis planted Romo back at the 15-yard line. He's throwing over the middle, intercepted. DeQuell Jackson, his second of the day. Edwards caught it inside the 20. Cribs hits his first return of the year. And he hurdles down to the 6-yard line. Just like that, the Browns are back in it.
The story began with a test against the Dallas Cowboys on opening day.
It don't matter who we play. We the Browns. Blue-collar town and we come to work. Forget Hollywood. This serious business.
After 10 wins in 2007, many saw big things ahead for the Cleveland Browns.
The Browns' biggest opener ever since they've returned.
But against Dallas, the Browns found that it was too much weight to bear.
He's going long. Edwards is out there. He's got it and dropped it.
In a stormy week 2, the offense's struggles continued.
Plenty of time. Gonna go long. Down the field for Edwards. He's gonna come back and it's gonna be intercepted. Boy, Anderson is off to a tough start.
We gotta get a drive, keep this crowd into it. They're into it right now. We gotta get them excited on offense.
In 2007, the touchdowns fell from the sky like rain. This season's forecast was proving to be altogether different. Down by 4 late in the game, the offense came up dry. With only one offensive touchdown through 2 games, the Browns rallied in Baltimore behind running back Jerome Harrison.
Out the right flat, wide open. Harrison, 15. He cuts to the middle to the 10. He's to the 5. He's going in. Touchdown, Jerome Harrison.
Interceptions by DeQuell Jackson and Mike Adams helped the Browns maintain a 10-7 lead. But the Ravens used 4 second-half turnovers to send the Browns home winless.
Well, they baited Derrick into that throw. Ed Reed just sitting back. As soon as the ball came out of Derrick's hands, he jumped it.
After an 0-3 start, it appeared that any momentum from their 10-win season in 2007 had disappeared. Down 6-3 to the Bengals in the 4th quarter, it appeared the offense had gone dormant for a 4th straight week. But Jamal Lewis sparked the Browns to 17 unanswered points.
They give it to Lewis. He's up. He's over the top. He's in. Touchdown, Jamal Lewis. Looking left side, up for Edwards, he's up in the air, a one-handed catch, touchdown!
Fans that made the trip down I-71 were soon rewarded with the Browns' first victory.
He's being chased, he's being sacked as the Browns got there, and a loose ball, and the Browns may have recovered it. Alex Hall did it!
The Browns needed every bit of confidence, since their biggest challenge awaited them after the bye week. In the NFL, many players heed superstitions. With the full moon being a sign of rebirth, the 1-3 Browns were ready to believe again. With the Super Bowl champions in town, the Browns needed to play their best game. And boy, did they ever.
And Edwards is wide open. He's back. He's got it. 25, 20, 10, 5, inside the 5-yard line. This is a very different Derek Anderson than I have seen so far this year.
The Browns surprised the Giants with aggressive offense and led the champs by 10 in the second quarter.
Touchdown! He went in untouched. Anderson settles in the pocket, throws up, got it! Touchdown! And with 2:15 to go in the first half, the Browns now lead by 10, 17-7.
With less than 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the Giants threatened to close the lead to 6. But they didn't keep their eyes on one dog, and it was their undoing.
Standing back to pass, rolling right, throws the ball and picked off. They got it. Aaron Wright down the sideline.
The Browns' third interception put a bow on a perfect night.
He got away from Manning. 30, 20, bye-bye. He's gone. High-stepping touchdown.
How about that one?
And the Browns get their first home win, and it's an eye-opener as they blow the Giants away in the second half, and they win it over the Giants 35-14.
We are the Cleveland Browns, and we showed that we're a pretty good team. It was a great team win. It was great for us and this season because it kind of puts us back into the thick of this race in the NFL. Everybody had a part in it. Everybody made a contribution, and Cleveland should enjoy it.
The energy didn't carry through to the following week in Washington, where Josh Cribbs' late score was the Browns' only touchdown. In Week 8, the Browns blazed a path through the Jacksonville defense on their way to a 17-7 halftime lead.
Step toe, got it!
Not only did he make a great catch, he ran through about 3 or 4 tackle attempts, pinballed off a couple defensive backs. Great effort by Cedric Steptoe. Wow.
And they're going to go for it on 4th down and less than 1. Throws in height, wide open, got it! 30, he's to the 20, cuts to the middle, 10, 5, he's inside the 5, they caught him from behind, Brian Williams got him at the 2-yard line.
The Browns got in the Jaguars' path every way they could. Sean Rogers blocked a field goal, and the defense sacked David Garrard 3 times. But with only a 6-point lead with seconds remaining, the Browns needed 2 stops to preserve their 3rd win of the season.
So here it is. Now can you defend it and win the game? 1 second left. 1 stop away. Steps, pumps, fires. Incomplete, and the ball game is over, and the Browns have won it.
Browns fans had faith that Josh Cribbs could keep the momentum going.
Catches in the 7, takes it up the right sideline, then veers to the middle, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, weaves left, he's to the 50, he's out of a tackle, he's to the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, hops up, touchdown!
The defense helped keep drives short by limiting Baltimore's running game, and the Browns had a 27-13 lead late in the 3rd quarter.
Anderson throws wide open, caught Jason Wright to the pylon, touchdown! He's going to go up top, first down, a pump fake, now he's going long, Edwards up in the air, wrestles for the ball, in the end zone, no, he's got it!
However, the tide turned with one Ravens run late in the game. Ray Rice's 60-yard scamper led to a field goal that gave Baltimore a 3-point lead with 5:40 remaining. The Browns had one more chance, but Derek Anderson made a fatal mistake.
It's a screen, and it's no good. It's picked off. Picked off. It's going to go back all the way. Here's Suggs. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. A horrible play.
At 3-5 after the loss, the Browns took dramatic action to save their season. After a season and a half on the bench, Brady Quinn finally had his chance to lead the football team he grew up cheering for. With the help of his many weapons, Quinn got the offense moving again.
Quick back to pass. He throws. It's caught. Winslow. Touchdown.
Well, number one for Brady Quinn.
Drops back inside his 5. Throws to the middle and picked off. Rodney Poole's got it.
With the defense once again forcing turnovers, Quinn jump-started the Browns' attack, leading them to a 13-point lead in the third quarter.
It's caught. Winslow at the 5. He's off a tackle. He's in. Touchdown.
While change had come behind center, the second half was all too familiar. The Browns lost a big lead for the second straight week and trailed by 4 with less than a minute remaining.
Now they got to get a first down. 4th down, they need 1.5 yards. Quinn throws, incomplete. Try to get it to Winslow, and this ball game's going to go to Denver.
Whoa.
Quinn's disappointment only made him hungrier for a win the following week. A Monday night matchup in Buffalo that was exciting from the very first snap.
A deflected pass over the middle, intercepted. The Browns got it. Cameron Wembley. Brandon McDonald picked it off. It's intercepted. Andre Davis has it. The Browns have 3 interceptions here in the first quarter.
Despite their best efforts, the Bills couldn't keep the Browns out of the end zone, whether from 2 yards out or 72.
It's cutting in is Josh Cribbs, and he goes in on the reverse for the touchdown. They flip it out, Jerome Harrison wide left. He cuts back over the 30, 35, 40, into the open. He's to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, gone. Touchdown, Jerome Harrison.
But things soon got ugly. Quinn absorbed several hits throughout the game and suffered a fractured finger. And by the late fourth quarter, the Browns' 10-point lead was gone.
And when you're +4 in the giveaway takeaway, you're not supposed to trail.
And now Brady Quinn has got to drive the Browns down.
Quinn's bad finger didn't keep him from driving the Browns down the field towards the winning score. But the Browns could only get to the Buffalo 39-yard line. Plenty close for Phil Dawson.
Sastadil puts his knee down at the 47. Takes the snap, puts it down. Dawson into the ball. End over end. End over end. It is up. It's good.
Dawson's 56-yarder was on target, and Quinn had his first victory as the Browns' starting quarterback. Thanks to Dawson's heroics, the Browns had their 4th win. 1 week later, nose tackle Sean Rogers went after win number 5.
My bad, my bad.
You're all right.
Oh, look at this. Hook my arm. Come on, big man. Stay up off the ground. I don't cut. I'm a man, dog. I don't never cut. Yeah, don't run from me, homie.
Rodgers showed why he earned a 2008 Pro Bowl berth.
Ball placed down, and it's blocked. I think Sean Rodgers got another one. And maybe that will get some life into the Browns here today.
You almost had another volley right there.
But it was no laughing matter when Quinn's finger injury proved too much to overcome. He was put on injured reserve, and the defense had to put the team on its shoulders.
Manning tries to keep it and get in, and the Browns deny him on the right side.
But the offense struggled again and gave up the winning score late in the game.
Derek back, reloads, he got hit. That's a loose ball, and it's picked up by the Colts as they pick it up running with it. Robert Mathis, and he takes it in for an Indianapolis touchdown.
Later, Anderson was lost for the season with a knee injury. The final 4 games were a wash, and the Browns spiraled to a 4-12 finish, signaling that change at the top might be coming soon. After the season ended, the change was made. Following weeks of speculation, the Browns fired head coach Romeo Crennel.
I think it says a lot about someone when they're going through adversity such as this, yet they're able to continue to coach and continue to do their job when they're maybe not called to do that, anymore. And that was something that, to me, I think as well as the rest of the guys on the team, really said a lot about, Coach Crennel and just who he is as a person outside of just as a coach.
One of Crennel's former colleagues is coming to Cleveland to take his place.
Over the past week or so, we spent a great deal of time, thought, and energy in our search for a strong, capable person to lead our football team. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Eric Mangini.
Eric Mangini is returning to where his NFL career began.
It is really special to be back here where I did get my first opportunity. It's different to be back in this context. I feel like I should be getting Bucci's or coffee or something. Spending the time that I did as a PR intern or heading over to the equipment room picking up some towels or something along those lines.
The new Browns regime is already busy in Berea, led by a head coach that knows what he wants out of his players.
There's very specific characteristics that I look for. I look for guys that are smart. I look for guys that are tough. I look for guys that are hardworking. I look for guys that are competitive, and I don't mean just a little competitive. I mean they want to win, whether they're playing checkers, whether they're in a sack race. I want competitive. And I want guys that football's truly important to. They have a passion for the game.
That has never been a problem for Joe Thomas, whose consistency and heart have earned him 2 Pro Bowl starts in his first 2 seasons.
We got to get something going on the ground.
Getting the running game going was a job for Jamal Lewis, whose strong runs have been his signature.
That's a really good Jamal Lewis run.
The veteran running back not only surpassed 1,000 yards for the 2nd straight season, but also became the 24th player in NFL history to gain 10,000 career rushing yards. Another electric runner, Josh Cribbs, lit up the scoreboard in every possible way, scoring touchdowns on a kick return, reception, and running play.
And cutting in is Josh Cribbs, and he goes in on the reverse for the touchdown.
In his first season in Cleveland, Sean Rodgers was one of the NFL's best defensive linemen.
And he goes down. They got him. Sean Rodgers gets in and drops him.
Rodgers ripped up the league, disrupting opponents with his strong pass rush and his run defense. The The nose tackle proved to be just what the Browns needed in the middle.
He's really dominated the inside of this whole game.
Rodgers had 61 solo tackles, the most of his career. But his power also provided opportunities for his teammates.
Being pushed, he got out of a sack. Now he steps up, now he's going to get hit, and now he goes down.
But building blocks like Rodgers are just the foundation that Mangini and new general manager George Kokinis seek to build upon.
The fans of Cleveland care about football. There's nothing like a city rallying around its football team. I've seen it. You know, people thrive on it, and players feed off it. I'm here because I want to create a championship caliber football organization. It can be done. It's a matter of rolling up the sleeves and getting after it, and that's what we're prepared to do. In closing, when you talk about the Cleveland Browns, you want it to mean something.
2008 brought many of the Browns' faults into focus. In 2009, they will set out in a new direction with discipline, heart, and urgency.
Pressure coming, they hit him, that ball's loose. The Browns are on it at the 23-yard line.
Every player, coach, and fan knows that if there ever was a time for the Cleveland Browns to start heading in the right direction, that time is now.